Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to Cards and Dice TV. And we're about to get started with our 1969 replay using Payoff pitch. It's New York at Pittsburgh for Game 2 of a doubleheader. The Pirates won the first game, and they've taken over first place by 2 percentage points. The Mets are one game behind the Pirates in the loss column, thereby allowing the Pirates to creep ahead by 2 percentage points. And I'll show you that now. Tonight it's going to be Doc Ellis on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates versus Don Cardwell for the New York Mets. And Ellis is 14-6. In reality, Ellis was 11-17. Now, and Ellis's ERA is about 50 points better than it was, but that's the nature of the beast. It's really hard to control the won-loss percentages in these replays. So we're right about to get started. I just want to pull out my my Mets from the 1970 season, showing all the 69 Mets, which is, I think, really cool to have. And I like to have that. I pull that out every so often, kind of just to look at the players and look at the uniforms and get a feel for the, just for the era in general. Everybody was clean shaven, clean cut. It was a baseball, at least, was disconnected from society in general, which at that time was, faced with the civil rights movement, the Black Panther era. It was the the era of the hippies and Woodstock, but in baseball it was nothing like that at all. They were super conservative, but things were changing, and by the early 70s, things would be very, very different, especially when you get into the Oakland A's and so on, and Charlie Finley's A's, where everybody grew a beard and had long hair and so on, and sideburns and on and on and on. So anyway, just wanted to go a little bit of baseball history. Let's get started. I printed out. I used Digi.com to print out a score sheet. I'm going to do paper and pencil today. It allows me to go a little bit faster. I will be rolling dice because just doing that right now. Just rolling dice right now. And we're right about to get started. Let me go over the lineup for the visiting Mets. So this is for first place, and this game is a doubleheader played on September 13th, Friday, September 13th, I believe it is. Tomorrow's game is going to be Tom Seaver versus I can't remember, but tonight it's Cardwell versus Doc Ellis. We're right about to get started. It's going to be Gosger leading off in left field. Cleon Jones is injured. I believe he's still on the bench, and we'll double check that. Yeah, Cleon Jones is on the bench, just nursing an injury. It's Gosger in left field. Third base is Bobby File batting second. Batting third is Tommy Agee, the center fielder. Cleanup is the power hitter Don Clendenin. Came over from the Expos earlier in the season. I believe it was June 15th. Second baseman is Wayne Garrett batting fifth. Batting sixth is Ron Swoboda, the catch. Batting seventh is Jerry Grody, the catcher. Batting eighth is the shortstop, Buddy Harrelson. And in the ninth spot is Don Cardwell. Let's get started. All right, Doc Ellis. Here's the pitch. And that's a Snake Eyes. Let's see what pen I'm going to use here. Let's grab this one from this side. So it's going to be Snake Eyes in a 46. Snake Eyes is a wheelhouse. And a 46 is going to take it. There's only 1 to 6 on Gosger's wheelhouse. 46 is a fly ball left field. So 1 out. Bobby File is next. And the pitch. Say a 9 and a 51. That's a patient. And a patient 51 is grounded to the third baseman. And that is Richie Hebner. Over to first, 2 down. Tommy Agee. That's a 7 and 83, and in play, he put that into play, and that's grounded to the shortstop. Shortstop is Freddie Patek. He scoops it, throws the first, and in time. So it's going to be Matty Alou leading off, playing center field for the Pirates. No runs, no hits in a 3-up, 3-down inning, and it's going to be Alou, Alley, and Stargell. Stargell batting third, playing left field. Willie Stargell, of course. and Al Oliver at first base in the cleanup spot. This could be Taylor in right field, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Manny Sanguillen. Richie Hebner at third base. Batting seventh. Batting eighth is Freddie Patek, the shortstop, and batting ninth is Doc Ellis. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it. It gives me, it says speed 4D6. Let me see. Alu. I wonder who these stats are for who. I don't know who these stats are for. Oh, this is for Replay Baseball. Okay, because I printed this. Yeah, I printed this right from Replay Baseball. I did not go to Digi Dugout. All right, here's the pitch from Cardwell. Let me tell you a little bit about Cardwell. I really don't have. Actually, in the actual season, he was 8-10 with a 3.01 ERA. Here's a 4 and a 45. That's a tough, and a 45 is a ground. No, it's a fly ball to left field. And right there is Gosger, one away. It's a 5 and a 60, and that's in play. And that's a fly ball. This time it's to right field. Swoboda drifts under it, squeezes it for the out, and here comes Willie Stargell. A 10 and a 57, that's a defense. A 57 could be an error or a range play. It's going to be a potential error to the third baseman. Third baseman is Bobby File. Let's see what File's error rating is. File's error rating is a 5. And a 5 is going to be a 1 to 25, which is pretty good. And because this is above that range, so it won't be 57 is above that range, so it won't be an error. It's a ball he does get to, and he spins and throws the first low throw, but scooped out by Clendenin at first. And that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. We're at the top of the second. All right, Doc Ellis against Don Clendenin. That's a 479, and that's ballpark. 79 is going to take us to wheelhouse. And it's a 32. And that's going to be a comebacker to Ellis, and he's going to field it over to first and one away. Wayne Garrett. Let's say shows his patience. Let's see if he can do anything with that. And nope. It'll be a fly ball, center field. 2 out, and it's Ryan Swoboda with an 8 and a 97. That's a tough pitch, and he's going to lift one to left field. And that's 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the second, Al Oliver. He's a left-handed hitter. That's a 9 and an 82. In play, it's a ground ball to the second baseman. Garrett up with it and throws him out. One away. All right, and it's a 767 in play, 67. Again, ground ball to the right side. Garrett sets his feet, throws him out. 2 down, and Manny Sanguillen. 9 and a 49, that's in play. 49 is ground ball to third base this time. Bobby File. High throw, nice stretch by Clendenin. 3 up, 3 down. 6 in a row retired by Cardwell, and 6 in a row retired by Ellis. Jerry Grody, the batter. That's a 9 and a 59, a patient 59, and that's a fly ball right field. And Roberto Clemente not in the lineup tonight. It's Taylor in right field. Carl Taylor. One away. Buddy Harrelson's next. That's a 9 and 11. That's patient. And 11 is ball 4. So Buddy Harrelson manages a walk, and he's on at first. Cardwell's gonna bunt. And I'm just pulling a bunt card, looking at what Cardwell bunts at. He's a B bunter, and that's going to be a good bunt. It's pounced on by the catcher, Sanguillen. He looks at second, but decides against going there. That's going to be a 2-4 sacrifice. Over to second is Harrelson, and the Mets have a runner in scoring position. Here's a pitch, and that's a 9-28. A patient 28, and that is outside Gosger, and that's outside his walk range. And that's grounded to the first baseman. Oliver steps on the bag, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, one left on base. And after 2.5, no score. Richie Hebner leading it off. He bats from the left side. So he will be a Met by 79. He becomes a Met. Was not happy in New York. Didn't last very long. That's going to be an 1170, 1170s wheelhouse. And a 70 wheelhouse is a ground ball ripped to short. Harrelson gets him. Patek now. And a 1063. Defense 63. We're going to pull a card again. That's pretty high up there. So a range shortstop. Buddy Harrelson at shortstop is a range C, and that is 1-50. And what do we roll? We rolled a 63, and that's a ball that Harrelson goes after and gets to it. Spinorama over to first, and in time. Gets Patek by half a step. Speedy Patek, who can fly down the line. Here comes Doc Ellis, the pitcher, and that's a 5 and a 98 in play. 98 is going to be an out. Fly ball shallow left field. Racing in is a left fielder, Gosger. Going back is File, and Gosger makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. That's 9 retired in a row for Don Cardwell. And I'm going to take a quick look at Don Cardwell's ERA in this. Jesus, got a lot of weird stuff going on here. All right, so that was a 7.56. And Don Cardwell's ERA for the season is 3.24. In reality, he was a 3.01 ERA. He's a 10-6 record. In reality, he was 8-10. Bobby File leads us off. Here's a pitch from Doc Ellis. That's a 6 and a 51. A 6 is a tough, and a 51 is a little ground ball, and it gets through the infield. So it's going to be a base hit for Bobby File. Tommy Agee, no hit and run there. He's a strikeout guy. He's a power hitter. And that is a 10 patient 12, and that is ball 4. So the Mets start off the top of the 4th with a single and a walk. They got runners on first and second for Don Clendenin. Here's the pitch from Ellis, and that's an 8 and a 35. An 8's a tough. 35 is a strikeout. Clendenin swings and misses, heads back to the bench. 1 away now, top of the 4th. See if Mets can make something happen. Wayne Garrett. And that's an 8.78. Tough. 78 is a fly ball, center field. Over is Alu. Makes the catch. I will not tag there. And Ron Swoboda. That's a 10 and a 22. 10 is patient. 22 is ball 4. We got a single and 2 walks, and the Mets have the bases loaded with 2 outs. You got File at third, Agee at second, and Swoboda at first base here in the top of the 4th. So Ellis is in a bit of a jam, to say the least, and up comes Jerry Grody. Let me take a quick look at what Jerry Grody's doing in the season. Jerry Grody for the season is batting .244. In reality, Grody batted about .250. So he's right about where he should be. And here's the pitch to Grody. And that is a 6 and a 28. That's a tough 28 is strike 3, and Grody swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. And he's tagged out by Sanguillen. And that, my friends, retires the side. The Mets leave the bases loaded. No runs. 1 hit. No score. Bottom of the 4th. Top of the order against Cardwell. And that's a 7.64. A 7 in play. 64 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Harrelson. And he fires it to first, gets out, one away. Gene Alley's next, an 878. Patient 78 is a fly ball center field. Tommy Agee's there. 2 away, Willie Stargell. And a 754 that's in play. 54 is grounded to third. File up with it. Over to first, 3 up, 3 down. We retired 12 in a row. Holy smokes. What a way to start off a game. Mets need to get him some runs. He's having quite a good day. All right. Buddy Harrelson. Here's the pitch from Ellis. And a 5, a tough, and a 9 is a strikeout. So he fans Harrelson for the first outing at the top of the 5th. Next is the pitcher. That's a 4-0-1. That's ballpark. Ballpark 0-1 is going to take us to the wheelhouse. Wheelhouse on Cardwell is going to be 1-44, and we get a 46, and that's going to be an out. 46 is a ground ball to the third baseman, Richie Hebner. Fires to first and gets Cardwell with a smash down the line that Hebner was able to handle. And that's 2 outs, top of the 5th. Gosger, pitch from Ellis. That's a 647. That's a tough, and a 47 is strike 3, and that retires the side. And that's Ellis's 4th strikeout of the game. And that's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits. Bottom of the 5th. We got a pitcher's duel here. Both pitchers throwing shutouts. Here goes Oliver. Here's a pitch from Cardwell, who's retired 12 straight. That's a 12. Uh-oh, that's ballpark. 13, that's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse, 1-54, and that ball's a deep drive to right field. Back goes Swoboda to the track, to the wall. That's out of here. 1-0 Pirates. Al Oliver, who drove in the winning run in the first game of this doubleheader, in a game that the Pirates won 1-0, hits a home run here and gives the Pirates the 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Carl Taylor, here's the pitch. That's a 6 and a 69. A tough 69 is a ground ball to the second baseman. Garrett. 1 away. Manny Sanguine is next. Pirates are up 1-0 on that home run by Al Oliver. That's a 9 and a 53, a in play. And a 53 is a ground ball. Bobby File throws him out, 2 down. And Richie Hebner. Here's the pitch to Hebner. A 7 and a 43, that's in play, 43. And that is grounded to first. And Clendenon, flips to the pitcher, Cardwell covering. And that's going to be a 3-1. But the Pirates pick up a run on a hit, the home run by Al Oliver. And they lead it here in the top of the 6th by a score of 1-0. Let's take a quick look at our scoreboard, our hometown scoreboard. I'm still trying to get rid of that little decal. That decal annoys me. It just bugs me. I don't know what I did with my my X-Acto knife. I got a couple of X-Acto knives always lying around here. I don't know where they vanished to. Ah, there's one. This thing bugs me. This baseball, guys. What is that? Obviously, they couldn't use an MLB team or anything like that. But I'm going to switch that out. It's going to all tear and look ugly. So right now, I'll leave it that way. All right. So we are in the 6th inning, and it's the home team that's up 1-0. Pirates are ahead of the Mets here in September by 2 percentage points. The Pirates are at 596. The Mets are at 594. Mets are 85 and 58, while the Pirates are 84 and 57. So it's going to be the Mets in the top of the 6th. They're down by 1, and it's going to be Bobby File leading it off. Here's a pitch. He reached base on a single. He's 1 for 2. It's a 58 and an 8. An 8 is a tough 58. And that's a fly ball right field. On the run in the corners, Taylor, and he runs it down. One away. Next is Tommy Agee with good power. A 7 and a 50. That's in play. But that's not going to do it. That's popped up middle of the infield. Shortstop Patek makes the catch, and here comes Don Clendenin. Power hitter for the Mets. 2 outs. Clendenin steps in the plate. Ellis looks in for the sign, winds and deals. And a 7 is in play, 17. That's line base hit for Don Clendenin. Lines one to center field, played on a hop by the center fielder Alou. So Clendenin is on at first. And here's Wayne Garrett, left-handed hitter. That's a 12. That is going to be a patient 59. Patient 59 is a fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Stargell, and he makes the catch near the warning track to retire the side. Mets pick up a hit. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th. Freddie Patek, Ellis, and Alou. Don Cardwell. Cardwell can go 8, and Doc Ellis can go 8. This is a 10-30, and that's a defense 30. We're going to pull a card again. This is going to be a range left field. So we're going to check the left fielder for the Mets is Gosger. And his range out there is a C range. He's an average outfielder. So a C range is going to be 1 to 50. And that drops in front of Gosger. Is that going to be a single or a double? And it's going to be a single. So Patek leads off with a single, and he's going to try to steal if he can get the lead. Let's see. We're going to roll. It's a 4C. What do we roll? We rolled a 10, so he doesn't get it. It's going to be a bunt for Ellis. And Ellis is a B bunter. Just pull a card, and it's a good sacrifice. It's going to be 1 to 4. So the Pirates have another runner in scoring position here. In the second game of the doubleheader, the Pirates won the first game. I played that last night. Here comes Matty Alou. Matty Alou versus righty batted .351. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, he's right. He's a monster versus righties. He had 500 bats and batted .351 versus righties. Yeah, I'm going to walk him. So we're going to walk Alou, and we're going to put runners on first and second, create a double play scenario. And here's Gene Alley. And see what happens. That's going to be a 9 and a 59. A 9 is in play, and a 59 is a fly ball to right field. And Patek, we may try to move him to third base. You know what? He's not going to do that. He's got speed enough to score easily from second. With no out, I would have done that. It's a fly ball to right, and here comes Willie Stargell, left-handed hitter. At a .321 versus righties, they got a heck of a team. Holy smokes! Here's a pitch from Cardwell. Runners on first and second. Pirates are up 1-0. Bottom of the 6th. Mets are fighting for first place here. They need to win this game to regain first place. And that's going to be a 4 and a 69. A 4 is tough. A tough 69. Ooh. Is grounded, ripped up the middle, and after it is Harrelson gets there. Throw to first and in time. And that's going to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit. 2 left on. We go top of the 7th. Ronnie Swoboda. Leading it off, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's a pitch to Ronnie. That's a 9er and a 53. A 9er is patient. Patient 53 is line base hit. Left field. Played on a hop by the left fielder Stargell. And Ron Swoboda is on base with the tying run. Here comes Jerry Grody. I'm going to try hit and run here. Haven't tried one of those all game. That's a tough 53. And that is a ground ball and through into left field for a base hit. And around second goes Swoboda. Makes it to third base. So Mets with runners on the corners, nobody out in the top of the 7th. They're behind the Pirates 1-0. Up comes Buddy House, and infield's going to be in for the Pirates. So you have Hebner and Patek, Ali, and Oliver all on the grass, or almost on the grass. Here's Buddy House, and he's a switch hitter. He's going to bat from the left side. Infield's in. Here's the pitch. And that's an 8. An 863 is a tough, and a tough 63 is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. And with nobody out, it's I play home rule that they automatically hold on that. So Grody's going to make it to second base on that. And that's 4-3. Pitcher spot, and we're going to bring up a pinch hitter here in the 7th. And we're going to see Steady Eddie Cranepool. He's my regular pinch hitter. Love Cranepool. All right, here goes Eddie Cranepool. And here's the pitch. And that is an 8, a tough 94. And that's going to be a deep drive to right field. This is most surely a sacrifice fly. And let's see if this is a deep drive. And hopefully it is a deep fly ball to the track. And we're going to have to roll on this to try to score the tying run. Swoboda's going to tag up. So let's look at Swoboda's speed. And Swoboda's in a 7-run. A 7-run right fielder, Taylor, is a right field 8-arm. Okay, so anything 7 or less, he scores. And we're going to roll 7 or less. Oh, a 10, and he holds up. 11 and 12, he would be out. And that's my homebrew. 11 and 12, he's out. And anything above the fielder, in this case, it would be a 9 and a 10, he would hold up. So too bad for that roll for the Mets. That's a fly ball that Swoboda changes his mind halfway there and decides to go back. So he didn't think it was deep enough. He didn't think he could make it. A fly ball to deep right field. Mets failed to score on that. And it's Gosger. And this guy's horrible. We're going to bring up a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Kenny Boswell. And here goes. First and third. Actually, second and third. And here's the pitch. Ellis. 2 outs. Whereas on second and third for the Mets. 1-0. Pirates. Big chance. Can Kenny Boswell, left-handed hitter, produce in a clutch situation? That's an 8. Again, a tough. How many times did I roll that? An 842, and that is line base hit, and the Mets tie the game. And around second, they're going to try to score. Grody, holy smokes, I didn't pinch run for him. Let's see Grody. Let's see what he's doing for us here. Hopefully he's a 6, he'll score automatically, but if he's not, I'm going to be screwed. He's a 7, and then Grody slides in. The throw is late, and the Mets take the lead, a 2-1 lead for the Mets, thanks to the pinch hitter, Kenny Boswell. The magic is back, my friends. 2 RBIs for Kenny Boswell. And it's Bobby File. Run around first. Here's the pitch from Ellis. That's a 9-21. A 9-21 is a line drive, base hit. Bobby File, and going to third is going to be Boswell. And that's going to be it for Ellis. Holy smokes. What happened to Doc Ellis? 7-9-3. So there's going to be a little break in the action here in the top of the 7th. Mets have runners on first and third again. They've been able to accrue four hits, 4 singles here in the top of the 7th. And the big hit was a 2-run single with 2 outs by the pinch hitter Kenny Boswell. And let's see, we're going to go into the bullpen for the Pirates and see what they got. 7, 9, and 3. 7, 9, and 3. All right, let's look and see. I'm using the rosters here from Replay Baseball PC. It helps me with the rosters. It tells me who's available. So we have a righty coming up, and we're going to bring in up there Hartenstein. Hartenstein is we got also a guy named Brousseau. Brousseau is available. Gibbon, a lefty. Everybody else is tired. So we're going to bring up Hartenstein. He's a righty. 2 righties coming up. Great thing about Payoff Pitch is that they offer you every single player, and that's why he's doing so well with his company. And come over and join our Facebook page. It's called the Payoff Pitch Gamers Group, Gamers Network, something like that. Group Network, yeah, I think it's Group Network. So it's going to be Chuck Hartenstein's coming out to replace Doc Ellis. And Ellis went 6 2/3, 6.2. Gave up 4, 5, 6 hits. And he walked 2 there, 3 altogether. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. No home runs, no hit batters, no wild pitches. All right, here comes Hartenstein to face Tommy Agee. Here's a pitch. That's an 11, a tough 26. And he's a righty, tough 26, and that's a strikeout. So he fans Agee to end the inning, but the Mets pick up 2 big runs on 4 singles, and they lead it by a score of 2-1. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. Who's it going to be? That's the question. Who is it going to be? 1, 8, and 7. All right. Let's see. And we're going to bring in, we got Coons. We got Tug McGraw. You got to believe Tug McGraw is coming in to pitch for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hopefully we can take him for the 3 innings. Seaver's pitching tomorrow, so we should get a complete game out of him. Let's see, where is Tug McGraw? There he is. I passed him. All right, so Tug McGraw is in for Don Cardwell, and Cardwell went 6 innings. He allowed 2 hits, home run, the only run. He walked 1 intentionally and struck out none. All right, here comes Tug McGraw to face Oliver, Taylor, and Sanguillen. That's a 7 and a 77, a tough lefty 77. That's a fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Agee, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Oliver drives it deep, but Agee's there. Carl Taylor with a 3 and a 57. That's ballpark. 57 is in play. And an in-play 0-0, that is going to be a defensive card. It's another home rule I got. Just to mix it up a little bit, get more range, and get more potential errors. Nothing really happens. There's no real true effect. It may happen, if you're lucky, once a game to one of the teams. There's no big difference. So it's going to be a potential error on the third baseman. So that's going to be the Mets' third baseman. Oh, and I didn't make the changes I need to make. Hold on a second. Let me get Cranepool in left field. And I will put the pitcher in the leadoff spot. So pitcher's in the leadoff spot. And Kranepool's in that 9th spot. He's in left field. All right, so third baseman is still File, and File error rating is, I believe, is a 3. I remember Bobby File is he's a 5 error, 1 to 25. So I'm going to roll to see what happens. And it's a 23, and then he boots it. So he can't ground ball at third base, and oh no, he can't get the handle, and it drops out of his hand. He picks it up, and no throw. Decides not to throw it, so it's going to be an E5. An E5, and is that the first error of the game or the second error of the game? I don't remember. I think it's the first error of the game. It's going to be on the Mets, third baseman Bobby File. So Taylor is on at first, not really a threat to steal. Let me see if they have a pinch runner who's available. Let me see who they have available here. Pagan, and let me see if they have any good base stealers on the bench. Oh. Cash is on the bench. He's 2-0. I'd have to get a lead for him. And then I would have to pull somebody else for right field. And all right, so I will use Clemente to pinch hit at some point, but I'm not going to use him in the field. Not in the second game here. He played in the first game. All right, so Manny Sanguin is the right guy for a hit and run. Manny Sanguin doesn't strike out very often. So here's the pitch from McGraw. And that is a 10, patient 0-9. And it's going to be a line drive base hit. And this is going to get cut off by Agee. Going to third is Taylor. And the Pirates now have the tying run at third base. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Richie Hebner. And we're going to bring in let's see somebody who can play third base. Jose Pagan he's a right-hander. He's going to come in to pinch hit. And then he'll play third base. All right, so Jose Pagan comes in to pinch hit for Hebner. And here's the pitch from McGraw. Infield's in for the Mets. And this is a 10, which is patient 0-2, and that is ball 4. Bases are loaded. An error, a single, and now a walk. And up comes Freddie Patek with the bases loaded. Tying run is at third base. So McGraw got himself in a jam here in the bottom of the 7th. Hey there, Tabletop Sports Delaware. Welcome, my brother. Bears Den. Sorry, I was getting into the game here. Totally lost in it. Bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Mets. They're fighting for first place. The Mets are behind the Pirates by 2 percentage points, 594 to 596. It's the bottom of the 7th. McGraw started off the inning. He replaced Don Cardwell. Oliver, to lead off the inning, flied out, but then there was an error on File at third. A hit and run single by Sanguin put runners on the corners, and now Pagan came up to pinch hit for Richie Hebner because of the platoon advantage against lefty McGraw, and he walked. So McGraw lost him. He trots down to first base, and that loads the bases for Freddie Patek. Infield for the Mets is in, so File is in at third, and Harrelson and Garrett almost on the grass, and of course you have Clendenin playing in as well. Here's the pitch from McGraw. And that is up. We're going to have to replay that one. Oh, and that is a 7-0-5, and a 7 is a tough. A 0-5 is a strikeout. Huge K for Tug McGraw. And we're going to have to pinch hit. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter. And who's it going to be? We know it's going to be a righty. And it's going to be Roberto Clemente is being called on to pinch hit. Yes, sir-y. The Roberto Clemente is coming in to pinch hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Mets are leaving Tug McGraw in there, lefty to face a righty. They're challenging the odds here. So Clemente versus lefties. Clemente batted 357. Holy smokes. And in the, what is he batting in the replay? Let me take a quick look what he's batting in the replay. In the replay for the season, Clemente, he didn't play in this game. And I'm not sure. I see where to look. Okay, I just found it. In the replay, he's batting 345. Holy smokes. Almost exactly, right? 345 in the replay, and in reality, he batted versus righties 340 versus lefties 357. All right, so here goes. Tug McGraw with the bases loaded. This is huge. And that's an 8. An 8 is a tough, and a 10 is a strikeout. Tug McGraw strikes out Clemente with the bases loaded, and that ends the inning. Holy smokes, the Pirates leave 3. No runs, 1 hit. And that we go to the top of the 8th inning. The Mets hold on to their 2-1 lead. And that is hard to believe. Tug McGraw, holy smokes. Clutch, big time clutch. And now there's going to be a new pitcher for the Pirates. Wow, that's nuts. Salvador's in the house. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. I haven't been playing a lot, guys. I haven't been playing a lot because I've been working. These first 3 weeks are nuts. So, but then after that, it'll settle down, and I'll have more time to play, more energy. I've just been collapsing after work, and I've been trying every day to play at least 1 game, just to get that enjoyment. So, holy smokes. All right, so the Pirates are going to Oliver 4-1-5. So we're going to have to bring in a pitcher for the Pirates, and most of the pitchers for the Pirates are tired because they've been using everybody to just kind of continue to battle the Mets for that first place spot. So let's see who they're going to bring in. We have a righty coming up, Clendenin, then a lefty, and then a righty. So we're going to bring in a guy named Brousseau. That's all they got really right now. And we also have a lefty, which Gibbon, who we're holding. But I could bring Gibbon in. You know what? He's the better pitcher. So I'm going to bring in Gibbon, even though I'm facing a bunch of righties. So Joe Gibbon's going to come in because he is the better pitcher. And he's a guy they used, in 35 games, more than this other guy, Brousseau, who's the only guy really left. So if the game gets out of hand, I'll bring in Brousseau, or if it goes into extra innings or something. Yeah, Brousseau only pitched 2 innings. I'm sorry, 2 games. 2 games and 11 innings. He's a relief pitcher, a short relief pitcher. Oh, no. He pitched 1.1 innings. Excuse me. My fault. 1.1 innings and 2 appearances. So, yeah, he's not right for this game right now. But we're going to bring in not Brousseau. Let's clear that out. Instead, we're going to bring in Joe Gibbon. Mets are up 2-1, and we're going to – there it is. What the hell happened here? There it is. All right, so we're going to bring in Gibbon. And Hartenstein went 0.1. That's it. Did nothing, really. It was 2 runs, 2 earned runs for the previous pitcher, who was Ellis. So he struck out a guy, and that's it. So it's going to be Gibbon facing Clendenin, Garrett, and Swoboda. Joe Gibbon, he's a lefty. Joe Gibbon had a 1.93 ERA and a 5-1 record. Here's the pitch to Clendenin. I'm going to start moving a little bit faster now. That's a 9. That's in play 64. In play 64. He's a lefty. So I got to look on the other side of the card. That's grounded to the second baseman. Up with it is Alley over to first. 1 down. Wayne Garrett is next. Here's the pitch. That's a 3.72. A 3 is a tough. And a 72 is a fly ball center field. On the run is Alu, and he tracks it down. Sabota. And that's a 6. A 6 is a tough. 0-2 is strike 3, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down very, very quickly for Given. So that was the right choice for the Pirates. And McGraw back on the mound for the Mets. Yes, sirree. McGraw is going to face the top of the order. Alu, Ali, and Stargell. Bottom of the 8th, and let's take a quick breather. So it's going to be 2-1. The away team, the Mets, visiting at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 8th inning, they're up 2-1. I'm going to do up this. I'm going to change this. I'm going to make Shea Stadium, or I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to do something different there. Print something out. Print something out and make it fit that area. Or write it or something. I don't know. I'll see what I do with that. Just ugly. All right, so bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Mets. Mets are playing for first place. They're behind 2 percentage points. 596 to 594 here in mid-September. So the Mets play the Pirates a 4-game series, then they go and play a 3-game series, then they play the Pirates a 5-game series. So what are they playing? That's 9. They're playing the Pirates 9 times in the next 12 games. Alu. Here's a pitch. That's an 11. 11 is defense and a 51. Oh, no. And we're pulling a range left field. Left field is Cranepool, not the greatest left fielder on the planet. Let's see what he's given here. His range is an F, which is the worst possible range you can get. An F range, 1 to 73. And we got a 51, so that's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a single or a double. And it's going to be a base hit. And Cranepool gets it in the infield quickly to hold Alu, who's a base stealer, but with a 50, with an 11, he will not be able to go there on that. So Ali, and we're going to try a hit and run with Ali. And here it goes. That's an 8, a 35. Uh-oh, that's trouble. An 8 is a tough 35, and that's a strikeout. So this could be a strike him out, throw him out at second base. We're pulling a card, see what happens. And he is out. Did not have a good lead. It was a hit and run, and it's a throw him out, strike him out for the Mets. Huge play. Great throw by Grody. Right on the mark. Quick release, and that's going to be Ali is a righty, so that's going to be a 2-4. Caught stealing, and that's 2 outs and nobody on. So the Mets get a catch a break there. Stargell comes up. He's a power hitter. 1 to 46 against lefties. Here's the pitch. That's a 5-11. A 5 is patient. 11 is ball 4. So Stargell walks, and he is a 7 running, so he can do the job. Al Oliver's been a Met killer. He drove in the winning run in the first game of the doubleheader, and he put the Pirates ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th with a solo shot. Here's a pitch. And that's a 5 again, a 5-23. That's patient 23, and that's not what you want. That's a line drive base hit. And Stargell's going to hustle over to third base. So with 2 outs, runners on first and third, again, Oliver giving the Mets a tough time. And here comes Taylor. Carl Taylor, who against lefties batted .356. Holy smokes. Tug McGraw. And a 10 this time, and that's patient, a patient 49. And that's base on balls. The bases are loaded. Holy smoke. Back-to-back innings that Tug McGraw loads the bases. Got out of the jam in the bottom of the 7th, and now 2 outs. Bases loaded. It's been a walk, a single, and a walk. And here comes Manny Sanguillen. Manny Sanguillen versus lefties, 273. Here's the pitch from McGraw. 2-1 Mets, bottom of the 8th. And that's a 6, and that's in play 42 against a lefty. And that is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, Clendenin. Is he going to beat Sanguillen to the base? And no. Oh, yes, he does. And Sanguillen thought he was safe, but the umpire did not agree. And that's the third out. Once again, Tug McGraw manages to get out of a bases-loaded jam in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mets are up 2-1. The Pirates, no runs, 2 hits. They leave the bases loaded. Top of the 9th. It's going to be Jerry Grody, Harrelson, and the left fielder Cranepool against Joe Gibbon. Here's the pitch. Mets need an insurance run. That's an 11, a tough 62 versus a lefty. And that is grounded to the second baseman. Alley up with it, throws him out. 1 down. Buddy Harrelson. A 7, patient, 57. And that is a pop-up right side. Right there is Oliver, makes the catch, 2 down. And steady 80 Cranepool. Here's the pitch, and it's a 10. A 10 is ballpark. 84 is going to be in play. And Eddie Cranepool is horrible against lefties. 26. I think this is his first at-bat versus lefties this season. That's a 26, and that is an out. Popped up, middle of the infield. Alley takes it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Gibbon. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Can Tug McGraw pull it off? He's facing Pagan, who came in to pinch hit for Hebner and walked in the bottom of the 7th. Patek, and then, of course, it'll be the pitcher spot. We'll see a pinch hitter there. Bottom of the 9th. Mets are 3 outs away from taking over first place from the Pirates here in the second game of a doubleheader. Let's see if it'll happen. Here's the pitch. And that is a 5. That's patient. A patient 0-4 is going to be a ball 4. So this is the 4th walk allowed by Tug McGraw. And to be honest, we don't have anybody else really in the bullpen. Freddie Patek is next. And we're going to bunt with Freddie Patek. Patek, what kind of a bunter? He's a B bunter, and it's a pop-up. And right there's the catcher, and 1 away. So Freddie Patek bunts it, and somehow Grody was able to get to that ball, made a nice sliding grab for the first out. So it's a pop 2. And we're going to get a pinch hitter now. Pinch hitter for the Pirates. Let's see where we are here. Top of the 3rd. It's a 9, a walk, sacrifice. Let's see. The 1-4. And it's a 3. All right, so let's see who's going to be a pinch hitter. All right, we have a lefty, so we're going to look for a righty. For the Pirates, the Mets are up 2-1, bottom of the 9th. There's a runner, there's 1 out, and it's Pagan at first base. Let's see who we can bring in to pinch hit. We already used Clemente. We got Mangual. We got Bob Robertson. You know what, Roberts? Let's look at that. Let's bring in Angel Mangual. Did not have 4 at bats. Robertson had about 90 at bats. Martinez. Let's look at Martinez. Jay Martinez. Let's see how many at bats he had. Jose Martinez had 150 at bats. So we're going to bring in Jose Martinez. Let's see what happens with Martinez coming up. All right. Here's a pitch to Jose Martinez. Martinez versus lefties batted .298. Here's the pitch from McGraw. And that's a 10. A 10's a patient. It's patient 69. Patient 69 is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. And they're not going to be able to turn 2 on this. It's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. So it's the second baseman, Garrett, flips to Harrelson. And going in hard is Pagan. So Martinez on at first, not a base stealer, not with a 10. Won't get a lead with that. And next is Alou. Runner on first, tying runners at first base. There's 2 outs now. Here's the pitch from McGraw. So Matty Alou. That's a Snake Eyes wheelhouse. Oh, no. Wheelhouse 18. That's exactly what you didn't want to happen. A wheelhouse 18 is a line drive base hit to right center field. And hustling over to third base is going to be Martinez. So it's going to be runners on first and third here in the bottom of the 9th. So up is going to be Gene Alley. Gene Alley versus lefties batted 247, but that's what we got at this point. That's what we got. We could bring in somebody like a Dave Cash. Why not? Let's go nuts. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter, Dave Cash. Play second base. Only had 60 at bats, but he's here at the end of the season. Runners on first and third. Bottom of the 9th. Tug McGraw. McGraw's faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But these guys used to go 3, 4, 5 innings, even 6 innings. So Dave Cash, Tug McGraw, here's the pitch, first and third. Mets are up 2-1, bottom of the 9th. Mets are 1 out away from taking over first place. And that's an 11, that's defense. And a 0-4, oh no. That is definitely either a range or an error. It's either a hit or an error of some kind on somebody. It's an error again on File. He bobbles it. Let's see if he throws it over the first baseman's head. And error on third base. Oh no! Wait a second. Oh, Bobby Fowl drops it, but the umpire says it's a foul ball. So it's a pop-up, and he drops the ball, but it's foul. So that it just extends Dave Cash's at bat. It saves the Mets. Wow, Mets get really lucky. That was a chance in how many cards are here? I think it's 208 cards. And that comes up like not very often, I'll tell you. I haven't seen that in a week. So File picks up an error. So it's a dropped, let me write that down here, dropped foul ball. Holy smokes. And Dave Cash is still at bat. So Tug McGraw and the Mets are going to get one more chance. First and third. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. And that's a 10 again. Patient. A patient 31 against a lefty. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded 3 times in a row. In the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 8th and now in the bottom of the 9th, the Pirates have loaded the bases. And somehow, some way, Tug McGraw has been able to get out of it. And up comes Willie Stargell. Willie Stargell batted 273 versus lefties. I don't know what to do here. I'm done. I'm exasperated. Can't do any more. Bases loaded for the 3rd consecutive time. The Pirates haven't been able to score a run. And here's Willie Stargell. This could end the game right here. It could be a walk-off. It's a 5 this time, which is a patient, and it's a 42. That's going to be ball 4. The game is going to be tied. No, it's line, base hit, and they're going to wave Alou around, and Alou's going to score, and the ball game is over. Walk-off for Willie Stargell. Oh, no. Nightmare for Mets fans. Willie Starcher with a 2-run single in the bottom of the ninth. Holy smokes, this has been a nightmare. Mets were cursed in this game. One part they were cursed, and one part they were blessed. Willie Stargell comes through big time, and I'm double checking all this. That's a patient 42 against a lefty is going to be a line drive base hit right center field, and scoring easily is Alou with 2 outs. He was running, and the ball game is over. Willie Stargell wins it. He's being mobbed at home plate, and the Pirates now take a one game lead over the Mets. So the Mets are going to be 85 and 59, while the Pirates are going to be 85 and 57, which puts the Mets -2 in the loss column, which is never good. We've got 2 more games, Saturday and Sunday. Tom Terrific goes in tomorrow's game. But the Mets now find themselves in second place. Holy smokes. Mets just couldn't score. Mets don't have a great offense. That's the issue. They don't score a lot of runs. I don't know what to tell you. So Gibbon is going to be the winner of this one. McGraw is going to take the loss. McGraw, man, he's going to be exhausted. Holy smokes. Gives up 2 runs. The left fielder, Willie Stargell, drives them both in. And that's all I can say. This was a hugely disappointing game for a Mets fan. As you can see, it was nuts, right? Tabletop, 3 times in a row. McGraw loads the bases, gets out of it twice, but the 3rd time was a charm for the Pirates with the bases loaded. Willie Stargell strokes a single to right center field, drives in Martinez with the tying run, and then Alou with the winning run. And the final score is going to be Pirates 3, Mets 2. In the second game of a doubleheader, the Pirates sweep both games 1-0 and 3-2. And in that 9th inning, that was 2 hits and 2 walks. And I just could not roll, I just could not get a roll to go Tug McGraw's way. We got lucky there with that dropped foul ball where the umpire called it foul. Looked like it was in fair ground to me, but what do I know? I'm up here in the booth. And this is CP Cards and Dice, Cards and Dice TV. Hope you enjoyed the game. Keep rolling. Keep our hobby alive. And it's Ralph Kiner and Bob Gibson saying, and CP Cards and Dice saying, I will see you guys later. 1969 Mets, mid-September. See what happens. I don't know. Tom Seaver goes next. Saturday game, the 14th. We will play tomorrow. I'm going to take a break right now. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hello. I will check you guys out again. I have been nowhere. Haven't had any time, guys. And when I'm done with the day, I'm exhausted. And I take a break for 3-4 hours. I fall asleep for about 9 or 10 at night. I walk around like a zombie, and that's when I've been playing one game, and then I've been relaxing some more. So, but it'll get better in about, I got 1 more week of craziness, and then it should settle down. And then we'll see what happens with COVID. Everybody stay safe. Please protect yourselves and stay safe. And CP Cards and Dice gives you all a big hug. Take care, brothers.